Teaching time, and now we're back for the second card, and now I've dropped it. The second part of the Hermit. Now in this video we're going to talk about the upright interpretations of this card, because the video before we talked about the symbolism and the imagery within the card. So let's get into that. So like we said, the major themes of the Hermit are introspection, solitude, spiritual enlightenment and wisdom. So if it came out in a spread, this could be showing that, for example, maybe it was a career spread it could come out in. If the Hermit came out in a career spread, it could be showing that you need some time for some introspection and some time for some reflection. If you're about to make a major choice, don't make it like that. Spend some time going within, whether that's meditating, journaling, whatever it is that works for you. Spend some time in introspection before you make that choice, before you make that leap. So maybe you're looking to change careers, or maybe you're looking to get promoted, or anything like that. Say if it was within a career reading. This will be showing that you need some time to reflect on it before you make any big decisions. Also, it's showing that you have all the answers within. So if you're toing and froing over an answer, say you've been offered 2 jobs and you just don't know which one to take, this would come out and this would be showing you know the one that you need to take. If you just took 5 minutes and sat in meditation or in journaling, the answers would be there. You don't need to rely on anybody else to tell you what to do. You have all the answers you need. And if you allow other people to tell you what to do, you're not actually listening to your truth. You're allowing somebody else's perspective of your truth. So that is one of the upright interpretations. Again, I ain't got my teeth in. This card obviously also symbolises solitude and withdrawal. The Hermit is a solitary figure. He withdraws away from society. He's on his own. This could be showing that there is a need for you to withdraw away from a situation, from a person, from an experience. There's a need for you to withdraw away and to spend some time on your own. The world can get crazy. And when we're constantly surrounded by people all the time, it's very, very hard to hear our own voice. We're always being influenced by everyone else around us, whether we're aware of it or not. So this card could be coming up to say to you, hey, take some time to yourself. No, you don't need to turn into a literal hermit unless that's something you feel like doing. Maybe you need to go on a retreat or something. But it is saying, hey, take a step back. Take some time for yourself. You need some time for solitude. You need some time to withdraw at the moment. It can talk about guidance and mentorship and the need for you to find a guide or find a mentor who can help you on your journey. Somebody who's very well versed in whatever it is you're looking for guidance or help in. But it can also signify that you are perfectly capable of shining your own path as well. Yes, you can go and find guidance or mentorship as long as they resonate with you and the energy matches with you and it feels right for you. But it also shows that you're very knowledgeable, and anything you need to know, you have within you. So sometimes we follow societal rules and they say, well, to learn X, Y, or Z, you need to go do a year's course. Not all the time, no. I've taught myself many things and never had to go on a course to learn them. You know, I think it's a bit ridiculous to think that we always have to go on courses or things to learn everything and then receive a certificate that says you now know this thing. Because in my head, I sit and I think, well, who gave the very first person who learned it a certificate and told them, well done, you know what you're doing? Nobody. It's a piece of paper. Why do we put so much emphasis on a piece of paper If you know something, you know it. If you can teach yourself something, you can teach yourself something. If you have the innate capacity to do something, you have that. You don't need a piece of paper to tell you can do it. And you don't need to go on a course for a year to get a piece of paper to tell you can do it. Obviously, if we're talking about things like, I don't know, you want to be a doctor, yeah, you need to go and learn that, because let's be safe, people. But you don't need a qualification for everything. It's just a piece of paper at the end of the day. It doesn't prove anything, and we're in a society that likes proof. If we don't have proof, then that's not true. And I call bullshit on that. So that's a bit of a long-winded explanation for that interpretation. If it comes up as well, it could also be showing the path for spiritual enlightenment. It could be showing that now is a good time for you to start that journey, or if you're already on that journey, you're about to go through a different phase of that journey. You are transitioning along your path towards spiritual enlightenment. Another interpretation of this card could be about healing and recovery. So whether it's in like a love reading, a health reading, a generalized reading, this could be showing there is a need to spend time on your own healing and your own recovery, whether that's spiritual, whether that's emotional, whether that's mental, whether that's physical. There is a need to look after yourself and heal. We briefly touched on kind of what this would mean if it came out for a career reading. If this was coming out in a financial reading, this would suggest not to make any impulsive decisions, because they're probably going to be really shit ones. This is suggesting spending some time thinking through your options, whether that's because you want to make a big purchase, whether that's because you want to invest some money, whatever that is. This card is saying hold your horses, spend some time thinking about those decisions before you actually make them. Otherwise, you're going to end up in a shit position, and you don't want that. And we briefly touched on the Hermit in a love relationship, as in, if it come up in a love relationship, it could be signifying healing needing to be done from maybe a bad relationship, or a relationship that's now over. There's some healing that needs to be done in regards to that. But it can also symbolise healing within the relationship itself. It's symbolising now is a time to not necessarily withdraw from your partner, but it's healthy to have some alone time. It's healthy to withdraw sometimes, not like completely disconnect, but to withdraw sometimes, especially if there's a lot of emotional charge within the relationship. Maybe things aren't going so well at the moment. If you're single, it could be showing that you need to spend some time figuring yourself out. What is it you want? Because until you figure out what it is you want, or who you truly are, you're constantly going to keep attracting the wrong people. Because relationships are great lessons. They're mirrors. We attract who we need to attract to learn things. So maybe if you've had a spate of really crappy relationships, and then you went for a reading and the Hermit card comes out, that is a surefire sign to say, hold your horses, don't be getting into any more relationships at the moment. Spend some time getting to know you on a deeper level. What is it you want? What is it that makes you tick? What is it you love? What is it you're looking for in another person? And then when you've spent that time doing that, then go out and look for a relationship. But yeah, the Hermit's a lovely card. No, it doesn't mean you're a loner. It doesn't mean you got no friends. It doesn't mean you're going to live in a cave. It is a lovely card. It is about, knowing when is a good time to withdraw and spend time on self. And also the path to spiritual enlightenment. I just think it's beautiful, because everybody has their Hermit energy there. And we're too reliant on externals to tell us what we should do. Tell us what we should think. Tell us who we should be friends with. Tell us what we should wear. The Hermit's like, no, dear. Don't let anyone tell you. You know what's right if you just spent some time and listened to yourself. There you go. There you have it. That's the Hermit card.